Morning everyone, welcome to Compliance Over Coffee. Not very sunny Thursday morning I'm afraid today, but we are on our way to summer, so let's look forward to warmer weather. I haven't made a spelling mistake in the title this morning. It is Expoing, and you need to learn the value of expoing. What do I mean by that? Something that Tony and I have done for many years now. Actually, Tony usually drags me kicking and screaming to these things, but we'll keep that between ourselves. Is everyone talks about networking and they talk about telling everyone that you meet and that you know exactly what it is that you do. But not everyone that you meet and you know will have contacts. Where can you go that you can, I guarantee, there will be someone there that actually has exactly the level of contacts that you need to connect with. Expos, not property networking events, not the National Landlords Association events, necessarily the big ones that are down in Birmingham and London, but the much smaller local expos. And the reason that I'm talking about this is that Tony and I actually went to our local expo yesterday, and it made me sit up and think, because we never failed to come away with contacts and arrangements to have meetings and chats. Now, not all of these will turn into long-term business relationships, don't get me wrong, they don't all do, but a lot do. And we all need to build that power team, but so do other professionals as well. And you can be seen as a really key part of another professional's power team, not just about building your power team. So look at it in two ways. So what is there at these expos if you've never been? Basically, ours anyway, and the ones all around us, and we go to Bolton, Preston, and yesterday's was Burnley. They're usually in a large hall, sometimes incredibly large halls, sometimes in the underneath of large football stadiums, they're that big. But what they have is quite often presentations during the day where guest speakers are presenting on their particular topic. And we attended two yesterday, which were very interesting. But from your sourcer perspective, what is the interest there for you? Well, it's the stands and the people on the stands. The people pay sometimes quite large amounts of money on those stands for people to approach them and inquire about their business. If you want to go in and speak to a solicitor or an accountant and you want their time in an office, it's a whole different ball game. But if you find them on a stand at an expo, they want you to go up and talk to them. They'll give you freebies for the pleasure of doing it. They have free draws to win champagne and all sorts of things that Tony enters, and I entered one yesterday. So who are the types of people that we see? Well, yesterday I can tell you that we spoke to a HR company, we spoke to an architect, we spoke to an insurance company, and there were maybe 40 stands in the entire space. It was only a small expo. But what made me sit up and think was, quite often, I'm not really into networking, believe it or not. I'm not. Tony is the person that likes going networking. It's not particularly my thing, but as I say, I get dragged along. But yesterday when we were about to walk past an insurance stand, I was losing interest. I wanted to go home. And the lady on the insurance stand actually said, "Do you want a cupcake?" They had cupcakes on the stand with their business logos on. Tony and I are trying to be good and have a healthier way of living, so we said thanks, but no thanks to the cupcakes. But she had a drawer with putting our business cards in for a bottle of champagne, and you to guess the amount of milliliters in some sort of container of champagne. So I was writing and guessing, and Tony was chatting to the lady, and I was half listening in the background. And what the lady was saying was that they were insurance brokers. It was her and her husband. They were a small independent insurance brokers. But the interesting thing was that when Tony dug deeper in the conversation and said, what sector are the specific sectors that you cover, guess what she said? Landlords. And then my ears pricked up. But if we hadn't have stopped, we wouldn't have known that. they focused on landlords. And of course, that is one of our markets, and they are a local business. Now, they provide insurance for landlords who have portfolios, who may be wanting to sell, who may be wanting to expand. The HR company that we chat to, they deal with HR for all sorts of larger businesses, sometimes estate agents, lettings agents, could be architects, could be all sorts of different things. And we chatted with an architect. Why an architect? Because they don't just deal with new builds. They could deal with the conversion of a loft space or an extension to make a house larger for an investor. They deal with investors all the time at various levels of ability and experience, but they still deal with investors. And if you want to work with investors who work in your local area, then insurance brokers that provide them with insurance, architects who work with them, solicitors who work with them, accountants who work with them are your go-to guys. As well as we spoke to an independent finance wealth advisor. So all of these people are the people that we build relationships, and some of them do come into our power team. Not all of them do, not all of them are interested in working with us, but a lot of them said, yes, we want to sit down and have a better chat with you over a coffee, because we feel that the synergy in between the way that the clients that we work with and who you work with, and also we obviously mentioned NAPSA at this moment in time, and the synergy with them on that. So I wanted to make you guys aware of Expos, not just your business networking events, but Expos are an absolutely brilliant local source for finding those local businesses that could form a part of your power team, and equally you could form a part of their power team, because everyone that runs a business wants to provide the best service that they possibly can do for their clients. So that's Compliance Over Coffee this morning. I hope that's been useful to you. I will be at Liverpool Pin this evening presenting if you're in the area. I think Tony might well put a link up underneath this thread for you to go to and book a ticket if you want to come and see my presentation at Liverpool Pin and do some networking there. So until next Thursday at 8:30, I'm signing off from Compliance Over Coffee. Bye for now. Have a fabulous weekend. I'll be back with you again next week.